One thing I don't show off on my channel very much is 3D printing, but I actually have 4 3D printers and I absolutely love it. It's a massive part of who I am. So when Hitem3D reached out to me and gave me the opportunity to try out their software, you can tell I bit their arm off to give it a go. So what is the software? Well, you can take a picture, you can plug it into Hitem3D, and then you can literally generate an STL 3D model, which you can 3D print out of it. To me, that is exciting. It's almost witchcraft. And I love it, and I'm going to show you guys it. We're going to run through it together, and we're going to see if it's any good. So let's get stuck in, and let's see what we can do. So here you go, we are on the website, and it's a pretty cool user interface. We're greeted by image to 3D in the top left, or multi-view to 3D. These are the main bread and butter of this website, and as you can see, image to 3D, you're uploading an image and they're showing some examples right there. Based off of that, it's going to generate you a 3D file that you can do. And you can see some examples here. These are really, really cool things. So one thing I've got is I've got version 2.0 of this. It's got unified texture generation, high fidelity reconstruction, and optimized for full color 3D printing. There's so many 3D printers out there now that can do great stuff. And this is going to allow you to get the full color optimization. Now, with regards to the kind of image you want to put in there, it's very important you plug good stuff in, because rubbish in equals rubbish out. So what you want to do is you want to get an image with no background or a very simplified background that's going to allow the software to automatically detect the features. That's really key, and we're going to find one now. And the first thing I want to do is I actually want to do Gohan from Dragon Ball Z. I love Gohan, I love Dragon Ball Z from when I'm a kid. So we're going to find a random image, and I'm going to do it right on the screen with you guys here. This one here is a good one, and I'm going to right click it. I'm going to save as, there we go. And then we're going to go back to Hitem3D, going to click on it. We're going to plug our image in there, and it should load it up, as you can see. And there we go. So with version 2.0, there are different resolutions. We have got the 1536p Pro. So that allows anything you generate, you can use commercial content with it. That being said, obviously, whatever you're putting in there can't be commercial. So I wouldn't ever sell something like this. But you could generate your own images using ChatGPT, and then you could do that. And using this particular one, it will make it 3D print ready. And that's the important thing. It can also do geometry and texture, or just geometry. If you want to speed it up, you could go for geometry on its own. If you want to go for geometry and texture, it will take longer, but it will end up with a full 3D model and the colors. So what I want to tell you guys is it does use credits. There are different subscription plans, as you can see. There's a free, a Pro, a Max, and an Ultra. I have got the Pro today, but even with the free one, as you can see, you can take images, you can put them in there, you can have a go, and you can see what you like. And by the way, check the description for any codes and links. There may be some discounts in there for you. Let's move on. Let's click generate, and let's make this model and see what we can do with it. Here we have it. We have our completed first model of Gohan. In terms of details, I'm really impressed that it's added all of the kind of knuckles and the detail on the muscles and the belt. It actually looks brilliant. The hair looks on point. The shoes look great. The face is to be desired. It's a little bit hit and miss. Overall though, that's really impressive considering it came from this image right over here. So what else can we do? We can white diffuse it so you can just see the basic model that you have. You can also look at it in albedo, which I'm not sure what that is, to be honest with you. And then there is normal, which shows a color chart version. So once it's generated it, you've got 4 options. You can generate as a GLB, an OBJ, an STL, or an FBX. So anyone who's into 3D printing will know the STL is the 3D print file. If you want to 3D print it, you can generate it, download it, and it will produce our STL file, and we can put it into Bamboo Studio or whatever 3D print slicer we're using, and we can print it. So the next thing we're going to do is we're actually going to create something brand new from scratch using ChatGPT, and I've got a prompt that I'm going to plug into it. You're welcome to take the prompt and tweak it to your heart's content. I've put create a high quality front facing studio render of a small stylized workshop mascot inspired by laser engraving and 3D printing. You can see the rest of it, pause the video. But ultimately, I wanted to create like a little trophy mascot that I can put in my setup. It'll be really cool for it to make one for me and then for me to 3D print it. So let's give that a go and let's see what this generates. So there you have it. ChatGPT has generated us our mascot. What we're going to do is we're going to click download. It's going to give us our image there. So let's feed it back into Hitem3D and let's see what it gives us. And we will 3D print whatever it generates. So I hope it's a good one. Here we are back on it. So we are going to drop or click to upload, and there's our image. So it's going to feed it in there, as you can see right now, and it shouldn't take long really. There you go. I'm going to stick with the same resolution. I'm probably not going to print this one in color, so I'll go for geometry only, and let's generate it and let's see what it comes up. So to give you some insight, what it does is, as you can see there, it generates it for you. I'm finding at the moment, you know, the more complex it is, it can take 10 to 20 minutes sometimes. The simpler things, it can take 2 to 3 minutes. You have a little bit of a wait time, but it's not bad at all. Considering it's making a full 3D model from a picture, I'm happy to wait. So let's see what it comes up with. Okay, so it has generated our 3D model, and look at that. I mean, considering we only had the front of that model, it has really put a good amount of thought into the back of it. It's got a belt around it. It's all consistent. It's all very geometrically sound as well. And I think that'll be really, really good to 3D print. So let's take this out. What we're going to do is we are going to generate an STL. I'm going to click download. We're going to download this file. As you can see there, we're going to 3D print it and we're going to see exactly how it comes out. I'm going to be using the Bambu Lab H2S for this. Okay, so I'm going to stand it up. I'm going to put it on his feet, and I want to print it standing up just to see how it does. But what we have to check out with 3D printing is we need to make sure everything looks geometrically sound and that there's no hanging loose bits. Obviously we have overhang, so we are going to need to add some tree supports in this, and I'm going to do that right now. In terms of strength, I like to use a gyroid infill just because it's a nice strong optimum one. We're going to print it blue, and the reason for that, I like the blue color because it allows us to see all the details. I really want to check it out. Then we're going to slice it again. Once we have it sliced, 2 hours and 6 minutes. I'm happy to wait that long. Let's send it to the printer. This model printed so well, and as you can see, all of those little bits of definition we saw in the model have come out so clear. I'm very, very impressed with what this has generated, and the print quality is brilliant. I also wanted to try the multi-view to 3D view, so we're going to upload a front, a rear, a left, and a right view. I'm going to use a Hot Wheels monster truck, a big one from my son's collection, and it shows you here the kind of orientation you need. So I'm going to do this. So we're going to put the front image in first. Then we're going to go for the rear. Then I will go for the left. Finally, we will go for the right. And as you can see, we have got 4 different orientated versions of the same item there. What I will say is I have removed the background. I've used a background remover on Canva to make it as clear as possible. So we're going to generate this and we're going to see what we're going to go with. I'm going to do geometry and texture. I want to put it to the test. I want to see if we get that nice mix of colors. So let's generate and let's see what happens. Right, we have our results, and I have to say, I am actually blown away by the detail this has given us. I mean, look at it. It's got all of the actual bits of suspension. There are some odd textures on the wheels, but overall it is looking absolutely brilliant. I mean, it's added the skull, it's added the exhaust outlets on it. The actual seats are inside of it as well. For a one-off image generation from 4 pictures, that is so close to the real thing. It is unbelievable. So there you have it. We have done a number of tests on it. We've really tried it out. I have to say, I'm really, really impressed. It's the first time I've ever come across anything like that. And the fact that the images I put in, it can work out what's around the back of them, what's on the side of them, the textures, how the features should be. Really, really impressed. The faces were a bit hit and miss, but to be honest with you, that's probably the picture I put into it as opposed to the software. So if you like what you saw, if you want to check it out, check out the links in the description. Go and check out Hitem3D. Really, really great software. Like I said, it's free to try, see what you think, and if you like it, sign up to it. So thank you very much for watching. If you've got anything out of this video, please like, please subscribe, and I hope you have a great day and take it easy.